So I think that's the part where I go, wait a minute, no, that's not how it works. Like your thoughts aren't things. Your words can. And the tricky part is when you're talking to people who are very successful, and they think it's because of this. And I try to walk them back through, and it's like, no, bro, like it's because you worked your freaking face off.
Yep.
It's because you worked your face off. Sure, maybe the visualization helped.
Yeah.
Maybe you believing that you can do it helped. But it wasn't that you thought it and then it happened. It's that you thought it, you believed that you can do it, and then you went and did it for a long time, and then you saw results.
Yep.
You know? So it's like tricky trying to talk to people who are successful because they think they got it. And it's like, no, you're missing the Proverbs. Like the Proverbs is God's way of doing things. It's God's order to things. So it's so close to the truth in ways that it can just deceive people into not needing to be dependent on Jesus because they think they could just be dependent on their mind.
It's self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yeah.
Right. You know, me and my wife, we want a Bronco, right? Well, I do. She doesn't really want it, but I want a Bronco. But when we started talking about Broncos, we started seeing them all the time, right? And if you're a new ager and you're believing in the law of attraction, you're thinking that you're now seeing these Broncos everywhere because the universe is revealing them to you. It's getting closer to you. You're drawing them in, but it's actually not the universe. It's I forget the exact name of it. It's like Boehner-Hoffman or something like that phenomenon in which, you know, we're so bombarded by everything that our brain filters out things that we do not need to pay attention to. So that way we can have coherent conversations and not, you know, drive our car off of a cliff, right? So when you talk about something though, and you bring something to the forefront of your mind, now your mind is just more aware of it. So it's going to notice it in places, right? And this is also why, you know, I have a whole chapter in my book talking about, well, what about the people who attribute their success to the law of attraction? These self-fulfilling prophecies of, you know, I started focusing on this and then I saw it everywhere. And, you know, I felt like I felt the universe was bringing people into my life. No, it's just that now your goals are at the forefront of your mind. So you're paying more attention to when an opportunity arises and say, ooh, I could jump on that, right? And then...
And our brains are powerful in a psychological sense.
Oh, yeah.
Right? So the idea of belief is huge in that it is a motivating contributor to being able to do something. This is in the power of habit, right? So like when people go through the 12 steps in the Alcoholics Anonymous program, which was initially a Christian program, ironically enough, and then they kind of like removed God, removed the God of the Bible from it, but they had to have something in there. So they say like whatever your higher source is, whatever your higher power is, because they've studied and they're like, yo, people who have faith are more likely, even if they have faith in nothing, right? If they have faith in their own mind or God or whatever, they're more likely to achieve their goals, right? And there is a component to our brains being powerful, but not in the sense that we're breaking the laws of physics.
We're not. When you start thinking that your thoughts are actually manipulating the universe, you're now participating in sorcery, right? So let's say it does work. Let's say the law of attraction does work, and what you focus on, you attract into your life. We're not supposed to be doing that as Christians. Now, my whole book is about how that's not how it works, right? Because if something's a law, it has to happen 100% of the time. And it's logically impossible for that to be true when it comes to the law of attraction. But so your thoughts influence your emotions, your emotions influence your actions influence your results in life. So I have watched, being in the MLM industry, I've watched people go from broke to multimillionaire. And then attribute that to the law of attraction. And I'm like, bro, I watched you build this thing, sleepless nights, 10, 15 presentations a day, driving from Brooklyn, driving to Connecticut, driving to Jersey, building. David Peach, prime example, right? Dude does not believe in the law of attraction at all. This is the person who helped me in my Christian walk. He came into that company, hit the top level of the company in 10 months, faster than anybody else did it. No vision boards, no quantum physics, no putting it out into the universe, no speaking it into existence. He tore down the walls at his chiropractic office so he could fit more people in the room to do the presentations so that way his team could grow and have a place to be grown. Top level of the company in 10 months, $1 million in rolling 12 months in 1,000 days. Was it the law of attraction? No. He worked his butt off. And that's That's the X factor of
Right.
all of these success stories.
right,
is
right.
that they can attribute it to the law of attraction all they want. But if
Yeah.
I look at your life and I see how you're living,
Right.
you're waking up at 4 a.m,
Right.
you're getting your stuff going, doing
Right.
your meditations, obviously, you
Right.
know, saying your affirmations, but then you're going to work.
Yes.
You're working your butt off.
Yep.
And then afterwards you want to give away all of that credit to something as arbitrary as the universe and the law of attraction.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't even
good.
care if you wake up
Yeah.
the next day. You know, it blows my mind.
Yep.
Thanks so much for watching that clip. If you want to see the full episode, click right here. God bless.